Hello, friends. This is Lindsay Law, Certified Youth Life Coach. Welcome to Youth Rising. And today we're going to cover a really important topic, and that is when to move on or nurture a relationship. So, you probably have a friend in your life or have had a friend in your life at some point where you're thinking, is this a healthy relationship for me? You may have this thought, this is a toxic relationship. The one thing I want to say before we get into this is that no one can really tell you what to do. No one can tell you, yeah, ditch this relationship, no, nurture this relationship. You are the only one who's going to really be able to make that decision. So just trust yourself. Trust your feelings, trust your knowing, and go with it. It's okay to move on. It's okay to choose to stay in a friendship, but you get to decide. So I'm going to go through some questions you can ask yourself to help you come to a decision for yourself that you feel good about. And then also to be able to set boundaries around that decision so that you can honor that decision that you've made. Try asking yourself, how do I feel when I'm with this person and why? And then you really want to get curious about why you're feeling that. The feelings we have come from the thoughts that we're having. So you are likely having a thought about this person or about yourself when you are together. So get really curious about what that might be. And then in that place, no judgment. None of these thoughts are right or wrong. It's just information to help you understand what's going on and to make a decision. Once you've discovered what are some of those thoughts leading to that emotion, I want you to look at those thoughts and say, are these really true? Are these helpful? As you decide the truthfulness of those statements, that will help you to know if that's a true picture of what's going on or maybe something that you can question. The next thing I want you to do is write down all the reasons you would want to stay in this friendship, all the reasons that this friendship benefits you, and then all the reasons it may be good for you to move on from this friendship. Why maybe this friendship is not helpful or healthy for you. And just get it all out. Again, no judgment, just get it out of your brain and write it down. I want you to look at them and say, okay, which reasons do I like more? Which reasons feel better to me? So our brain can get really confused with all of these options and overwhelmed. Another question that's really important to ask yourself is, if I had to choose right now whether to nurture this friendship or move on, what would I do? What would I pick right now? And that kind of gut feeling can often be a signal to what you truly believe and truly think. A couple other questions you can ask yourself are, how do I honor what I need in this friendship? Just get curious about that. How do I want to feel in this friendship? How could that be possible for me? As we ask these questions, it opens our minds to the possibilities. Maybe it is possible to feel the way you want to feel in this relationship by changing your boundaries, by choosing new thoughts. Get curious about what could help you feel that way. When you've answered these questions and you're feeling a little more clear about where you want to go with this relationship, it's also important to write down, where are some of the boundaries? Where am I going to draw the line of what's okay in this friendship, and what am I going to do if that line gets crossed? So for example, you might decide that for this particular friendship, you're going to spend time with that friend at school, but you're not going to spend time with that friend outside of school. So then when your friend says, hey, do you want to do this after school? You've already decided that you are going to say no, and that's okay. Another boundary you might draw is, when this person starts to say unkind things to me, then I will leave. And the important thing with a boundary is you make that line really clear and then also make very clear what you're going to do. Now, because we don't have control over other people, we can't make other people do things, but we can decide what we're going to do. In any friendship or relationship, no matter how much time you're spending with that person, what you're doing with that person, and how that person behaves, you can still choose to feel love towards that person, because the feelings of love are created from your thoughts about that person. And so sometimes when people we feel like they're not treating us the way we'd like them to, we can still choose love for them and choose to spend less time with them. One thought that helps me to create love for people that maybe I'm having a harder time feeling love for is they're doing the best they can. And that may be helpful for you, but you can choose a thought that helps you create love for that person while still creating boundaries for how much time and what situations you are going to spend time with that person. Trust yourself, trust your feelings, trust your thoughts, trust your decisions for boundaries. You can totally do this. I believe that feeling less stress and having more fun with friendships and relationships is possible, and it is possible for you. I would love to help you. So look in the description below or the link in my bio for how to book a free 30-minute call with me, and we will problem solve, and I will teach you some tools of how you can do this. Have an amazing day, and let me know in the description below what questions you thought were the most helpful.